Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Hi and welcome everybody to Team Pakistan's first ever annual dinner. Subhanallah. I am so honored to have you guys here. My name is Hanan. I'm going to be, inshallah, your host this evening and guiding you through the next hour and a half or so to, summarize an absolutely brilliant, beautiful year of Charity Week for the first time officially in Pakistan. But before we start ahead, let's start in the best way possible with the beautiful words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I will give it to our brother Halim, who will do us the honors of the recitation, insha'Allah ta'ala. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور.
Jazakallah khairan for this recitation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah again, everybody. We're here for Team Pakistan today. A lot of countries have seen their annual dinners yesterday, and some are still underway today. And we are so happy and so honored, and there are so many people joining us, not only from Pakistan but worldwide. So please put in the chat where you are from. I'm seeing Germany, I'm seeing Pakistan representing, I'm seeing our American family in the chat, mashallah. Say hi to each other and say salams, because we're here to celebrate our youngest country in Charity Week. And to celebrate them properly, let's have a look at what they've done this year. What happened? What did Charity Week look like in Pakistan? And we have a beautiful, beautiful video put together by our team in Pakistan, insha'Allah, to show you guys what they accomplished and what they achieved. Bismillah.
You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. 'Cause they fill the open air and leave teardrops everywhere. You gave me room, but I would just stand and stare. I like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. 'Cause I get 1,000 hugs from
JDB Pakistan! Zindabad!
dance. A foxtrot above my head, a sock hop beneath my bed, disco balls just hanging by a thread. I like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. I watched this video, I get emotional because it's you see what young people can achieve when they come together, when they put their heart and soul into a project that is not for themselves, it is for the ummah, subhanallah. We've seen all the classics, we've seen the bake sales, we've seen the stalls, we've seen the carnivals, subhanallah, and we'll talk about that insha'Allah a little bit as well. Pakistan has done an incredible job this year, and it's honestly inspiring to see how they have changed the pace. You know, in the UK we'd say hit the ground running, mashallah, and we see subhanallah, so many people celebrating with you guys in the chat. Keep it coming, tell us where you guys are from, and over the next few slides, inshallah, we will be not only looking at what Pakistan has achieved, but what we are doing, why we are doing these, how are people actually affecting this ummah by uniting, by coming together, by organizing all of these things, and the stalls and the sales and the donations. Where does the money go, and why is it so important, and why does it make such a big difference? And for that, I would love to invite no other than our beautiful international director, Alef, to present us with our project talk. Alef, how are you doing?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khairan, Hanan. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well. I'm excited for all the efforts we will see inshallah here today, and happy to be here. Jazakallah khairan for having me.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'll leave the stage to you, inshallah, to remind us and show us what we have achieved, and what Pakistan has achieved last year already by sneakily taking part in Charity Week. I assume a lot of us still remember the announcements at the International Annual Dinner of Pakistan taking part. It was a surprise to everybody. Let's see what have they accomplished together with the rest of us.
Yeah, subhanAllah, it was the highlight of the night last year, and today we're celebrating your highlights, inshallah, today. So alhamdulillah for what we are able to witness, inshallah. And yeah, it's been a tough year for us all. Once again, the list of countries we added to the projects we support in Charity Week 2024, they didn't get any shorter. It didn't get any shorter. It got longer. We had new projects, new countries that we had to add to the projects list that needed help. And I apologize for bringing you something today that's not easy to digest, to actually begin with that. But it's our truth to be said, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone. So let me introduce you to the world of a child in Gaza. On the slides, you will see what life for children in Gaza look like right now. If we can share the slides, please. In the meantime, just a second. Okay. No, there they are. So life for children in Gaza is a life where children witness their entire family being killed, their siblings and friends being born in front of their eyes. Let me introduce you to the world of a child in Gaza, where children are not only orphaned, but robbed of their childhood. Because being a child in Gaza means having no childhood anymore. It means having your hair turn gray. Just like our brother Amir, our 12-year-old brother, whose hair is turning gray due to the extreme stress and poor diets caused by this genocide. Being a child in Gaza means losing your hair. Like our 12-year-old sister, 8-year-old sister, Sama, who now covers her head with a pink bandana. She spends her time, playing with the doll, braiding its hair while longing for her own. Being a child in Gaza means looking after your little brother or sister, even though you yourself need someone to care for you. It means carrying their weight while you barely are able to bear your own sorrow. And having to comfort other children, constantly crying out for their ummi, their ummah. But this is not Gaza. This is Sudan, my brothers and sisters. A place where children suffer from prolonged crying and a lack of interest in their environment, while bombs explode around them. Can you imagine that children in Sudan don't speak for weeks? Can you imagine a child who's supposed to be playing outside and laughing, remaining silent, or constantly crying day for day for day? And this is not just one example. This is just one of many examples of the consequences of this brutal civil war. Let me show you what the life for children in Sudan looks like right now. The number of people in Sudan who die every week are unbelievable, my brothers and sisters. People are starved to death within a single week. In just one small town in North Darfur, at least 10 children die of hunger every day. 10 children are dying of hunger every day in Sudan's North Darfur state in just a single week. This is Rita. She's 2 years old. She's been admitted to a clinic with malnutrition, which has left her unable to walk. According to her mother, she used to be a lively child who ran around, played with other kids, but look at her now. Look at her now. This is what being a child in Sudan means. And hunger is not the only killer. Malaria, measles, and other diseases have also been spreading, causing deaths that could have easily been prevented. My brothers and sisters, Sudan is facing one of the worst humanitarian crises in recent history. More than 10 million people have become refugees within their own country or had to flee. 25 million people, half of Sudan's population, need humanitarian assistance and protection. The country is facing extreme shortages of food, water, fuel. Over 8.5 million people are at emergency levels of food insecurity. And this war brings countless atrocities on our sisters. It's one of the bloodiest civil wars in modern history, yet the world's attention is elsewhere. The country director of Islamic Relief says that major loss of life can still be prevented, but the longer the war waits, the closer we come to the point of no return, where the effects of hunger will become irreversible for millions of people. He says, it seems that no one is listening. And I ask you why? What makes us focus so loudly and actively on one crisis, yet remain mere bystanders to another? Is that socially just? Like we used to preach this year? Why do we look away? Well, some might say, I don't look away. I'm aware of the plight in Sudan. But if you are aware and remain inactive, isn't that even worse? And you might argue, with so many disasters unfolding around the world, there's hardly any capacity left for this one. But why is it that the catastrophe in Sudan is the one that loses out? Why don't we give Sudan at least a fraction of the attention we give to Gaza? Should we not care for those paying the price for one of the bloodiest civil wars, not only in human but especially Muslim history? Why are we not at the forefront of caring for our brothers and sisters? Or is there something else deeply rooted in our hearts that keeps us back? Besides the tangible crisis of hunger and war, there is another disease among our communities, my brothers and sisters. Besides the tangible crisis of hunger and war, there is a disease that keeps us from fighting for social justice, not just for where the media attention is, but for all who suffer. And this disease is tribalism, is racism, nationalism. It is this very disease that causes little children to starve in orphanages because they've been forgotten. It blinds us to the disunity and injustice unfolding right in front of our eyes, especially when there are no clear signs of good versus evil, when harm is caused by Muslims themselves. It's what makes us dismiss the genocide in Sudan as just another war in Africa. When asked about tribalism and nationalism, our Prophet ﷺ said, leave it, it is rotten. Leave it, it is rotten. This disease of nationalism has been destroying us for far too long, and it is time we gave it up. So, my brothers and sisters, let me take you back to the world of a child. Children cannot explain the tragedies they're facing. If they cannot explain their pain, how will you explain to a child why we choose someone else over him? Because we didn't unite? Imagine a little boy from Gaza standing in front of you on Yawm al-Qiyamah, being alone, left hungry, homeless. How will you explain to this child that you chose someone else over him? Because we didn't have enough for both? Now imagine a little girl from Sudan standing in front of you on Yawm al-Qiyamah, abandoned by a world that watched but wouldn't stop her pain, suffering from a war she didn't choose. How will you explain to her that you chose a Palestinian child over her because Palestine is our cause too, and Sudan is not? What will you say to a little boy in Pakistan on Yawm al-Qiyamah, standing in front of you, pointing his finger at you, living on the streets, searching for sadaqah or underpaid work to survive? How will you explain that you chose a Sudanese child over him because there are enough Pakistani societies to care for him? And picture this. Standing before a little girl from Albania on Yawm al-Qiyamah. enduring extreme cold in a damaged home. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you why you chose a Pakistani child over her, how will you justify it? Because she lives in Europe? We must stop justifying ourselves, finding excuses, and start uniting, because this unity brings injustice to our ummah. It destroys us. My brothers and sisters, if you ever have a doubt that uniting won't help to solve our problems, then let me show you a video after this talk in Sudan. All the children we just spoke about, all these children you helped, subhanAllah. Because we will stop defining ourselves by our man-made borders and start defining ourselves by our humanity. We will do it the unity way. Nothing justifies choosing between our children. And when we unite, we don't have to choose. We can help them all. This is the list of countries we helped this year, subhanAllah. How many of those could have helped you alone, just on your own? Remember, when we unite, we can raise the profile of those who do not have a platform. When we unite, we can be the voice of all the voiceless. When we unite, we can wipe the tears of all our children, and we can ensure that we don't let any children down. United, we can uplift them all. Jazakallah khairan.
Sudan has been gripped by one of the world's most severe hunger crises. Right now, 21 million people are facing food insecurity, and they're not just fighting hunger. They're struggling to survive as conflict, disease, and starvation are spreading throughout the country. Women, children, and displaced families have been the hardest hit and are still most at risk as resources like food and clean water remain scarce. But there is hope. Thanks to your participation in Charity Week, Islamic Relief is able to provide essential relief to those in need. In North Kordofan, you're helping to provide safe, clean water for over 1,600 families. That's 10,000 people gaining reliable access to clean water, subhanAllah. In Gedaref, you're helping to feed communities that may only have access to one meal a day.
I'm here in Sudan in a reception center for people that have been displaced, that have recently arrived here in Gedaref. There are around 20,000 people in this center here, and it's absolutely desperate. They were complaining that they're only getting one meal a day. So thanks to your support, Charity Week, we're able to immediately distribute much needed food here in this camp. And that will be done, insha'Allah, tomorrow. And it's thanks to you that we are able to respond here on the ground to the world's largest humanitarian catastrophe. Islamic Relief has so far helped over 1 million people, but there are over 25 million people that are in need. And without the support of Charity Week and its passionate volunteers up and down the country who have helped to raise millions for causes globally, our work just wouldn't be possible. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Your support is providing more than food and clean water during this immensely challenging time. It's providing resilience and hope for the future. By providing these essential resources, you're helping to reduce the risk of disease, improve food security, and communities can start to rebuild. Together, we can help Sudan's most vulnerable survive and thrive. By supporting Charity Week, you make these life-saving projects possible. This is your impact, your compassion, and your legacy. Join us, and let's make a difference that will last. Thank you.
Subhanallah. Jazakallah khairan Allah for this powerful and beautiful reminder. It is honestly every time we speak about unity, why we need it, how we need it. We are looking at ourselves, and we have to think of, how do we contribute to this? What do we do? Because if everybody else unites, that's not enough, and that's not how it goes. Everybody has to look at themselves, and especially with Sudan, we had the largest humanitarian catastrophe, 25 million people needing aid. And yet still a lot of times it is called the forgotten war, another war in Africa. But this is not a state that we want our ummah to be in, and this is not a state that you, as people taking part in Charity Week, let this ummah be in. We've seen you guys come together. We've seen you guys work day and night to achieve what you have achieved last year and to achieve what you have achieved this year. So I am very, very honoured and excited to come to a part of the evening where we look at the work you guys did, how you did it, and thank you guys for it, because thanking the people is gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So with no further ado, I am happy and excited and so pleased, subhanallah, to introduce our beloved sister that started it all, Alina. How are you doing?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm so good, alhamdulillah. Alina, you guys have to know, is our national director in Pakistan, undercover national director of 2023, subhanallah. She's the woman that started it all, and I am so excited to have you here, because no one better could be here to tell us about what Pakistan did and what institutions did and what individuals did, and especially no one else could better present the awards that we're about to see, insha'Allah. We are coming closer to that part of the evening. Alina, are you excited? Do you think
I'm
we
so
have
excited. I'm worried I'm gonna just accidentally say the wrong name or just announce all of them at one go. I'm so excited.
Alhamdulillah, it's the first time. It's the first annual dinner for Pakistan. Yani, Bismillah, we'll do our best, and if someone else gets announced, we can print another copy. It's fine. But inshallah, here, Alina, take it away. Guide us through.
Let's go.
Bismillah.
I'm so excited to start off with the first award of the night, which is our Rookie of the Year award. This award is presented to the institution that is not only taking part in Charity Week for the first time, but also has truly embodied the vision of unity and truly understood and incorporated the vision within their event and went above and beyond our imaginations. MashaAllah, so excited to announce. But before I do, can we get a drum roll in the chat, please? Let's get this drum roll going. This award, Rookie of the Year, will be going to the one and only, drum roll, Wales College. Let's go. MashaAllah, congratulations, Wales College. Truly, they went above our expectations. You all saw in the highlights video as well, their event. We were so happy to see all of the stories and all of the amazing activities that they organized. They truly, truly understood the vision and deserve this award and many more, inshallah. They truly planted the seeds for years to come. Now, let's move on to the next award of the night. This is our Best Collaborative Event Award. This event was truly one of, honestly, all of them were amazing, but this one really stood out to us as the one that most creatively, at such a huge scale, was able to bring together not only their own students, but also their alumni, their teachers, and visiting people through their event. without further ado, let's get this drum roll going. This award goes to Credo College. Congratulations. MashaAllah. Congratulations, Credo College. They truly showed us what unity means through their event. Moving on to our next category, that is our best display of social justice. For those of you, I'm sure all of you know, but this year our theme for Charity Week 2024 was social justice, and this institution really understood and incorporated this theme into their event through their posters, their activities, and just overall in every way they could possibly do so, and really make sure all of the students and the audience attending their events really could feel the vision, could see the vision, and participate in the vision. This award is going to our returning institution, Beacon House. MashaAllah, congratulations, Beacon House. Beacon House has been our returning institution for the third year, technically. They have been with us through the very start, and mashallah, they never fail to disappoint. Inshallah, we're so excited to see what they'll do for years to come. Let's move on to the award I'm personally very excited to present. This is our Rising Young Leaders Award. I feel like the name kind of gives it away, but this award is presented to our youngest Charity Week team, also a returning institution. MashaAllah, let's get a drum roll going for our youngest institution, Credo School! MashaAllah, we're so happy to see what Credo School does every single time, and this year truly we were so happy to see all of the cute activities they had planned, and truly it has been very exciting to see what these young students are able to do, and we're so excited to see where they'll go next year and what they'll do next year for more to come. Now, moving on to our next category, Relentless Pursuit. Now, of course, all of the Charity Week events, they're not, any fundraiser really is not without any hardship or anything, but this institution in particular had honestly less than 2 days to organize their Charity Week event. They truly showed us what strength, resilience, and determination is. They truly stayed committed to Charity Week and really, were excited to make it happen. For the first time ever, joining us this year, winning the award of Relentless Pursuit, staying strong at the face of adversity. I'm so excited to announce this award goes to Lahore University of Management Sciences, Lungs. Congratulations! Lungs University is one of the two universities who for the first time ever participated in Charity Week Pakistan. And now as we move on to the biggest, most important award of the night, the best display of unity, this award goes to not only the institution that is participating in Charity Week for the first time, but also their event was the most unique one this year. You wouldn't expect the typical large-scale, fancy, crazy, out of this world event out of them, but the way that they truly showed us what unity means and how to bring people together has really changed our perception of what a Charity Week event could look like. I'm so excited to present this award to, let's get this drum roll going. I'm seeing some drums in the chat. The best display of unity award goes to Habib University. Habib University really had campus drives at their own university. They went to each student and each professor, told them about the vision, really spoke to them about why we're doing this, reminded us of why it is important that we're doing this and how bringing people together can really have a true impact. Habib University honestly went above and beyond, even on a short time frame, with all the troubles of getting approval from management and everything. They truly showed us what it means to really understand the vision, really bring people together and own Charity Week like their own. MashaAllah, so proud of you, Habib University. Congratulations.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Jazakallah khairan Alina for like guiding us through this. Exciting to hear, honestly, what everything has been, like what has been done and how everybody put in so much work and effort. And can I just say, first year and you have returning institutions? Like, subhanallah, how do you guys do this? Like, Pakistan take it part was a thing, Allahumma barik. We only could wish to have such active people, mashallah, mashallah. Jazakallah khairan. Do you have a message? Do you have like a little short thing you want to say to everybody here, to the international family?
To the international family and to the Pakistan family watching, mashallah, I'm so happy and so glad to have, and so proud to have Pakistan join the Charity Week family for the second year, technically, this year. I'm so happy to see how this year, above all, compared to previous year, this year really, truly, our teams in Pakistan really understood the vision. I was so happy to see that really from our part, when the events actually started executing, we just had to take a step back. The team ourselves, we had to take a step back because, mashallah, all the volunteers at each institution, they really owned the event and really, understood, like I said, I keep repeating, understood the vision, which was our main goal from the very beginning. And right now I can see them in the chats as well, mashallah. I'm so happy to have all of them watch and so happy to present these awards to them. Inshallah, so happy to see them all, inshallah, next year as well.
Inshallah, maybe some of them on the team. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khairan, Alina. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. And with that being done, you've got a glimpse into all of our Pakistan institutions that have taken part this year, that have been doing so much and such incredible things. And the next part, listen, if you have friends, if you have family, if there's someone not watching and you know they're not watching, bring them in now, because now we are going to the totals of Charity Week for Charity Week Pakistan. And no other than brother Sameem is joining me. Sameem, live from Germany, mashallah. How are you doing today?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I lost my voice yesterday. We also had our totals announcement in Germany, and there was a lot of takbirs and shouting. So I try my best to bring the same energy here, inshallah. But I think before we go to the totals, there is a little video that will bring us into the mood of announcing the totals. So I will play that in a second to get everyone hyped up, inshallah. Okay, so man, it's your first time, our first time announcing Pakistan institution totals, isn't it, right?
It is the first time ever.
Before I do this, maybe just a personal message to our Pakistani team, why I feel special proud to be here. Approximately, I hope I don't get the math wrong, 35 years ago, your country, your people, better said, took my parents in as refugees from Afghanistan. So for me personally, it is a special moment because through your hospitality, and my mother till this day, she speaks about the Pakistani hospitality she received in Karachi in Shamshatu, which is basically the reason why I'm here. They fled from war, and probably the only reason they had the ability to be alive and to have a child, one of many, myself. So it's a personal honor to be part of your journey here, and I feel like I finally can give something back. Maybe not to the same people, but to the place that honored people that fled from war. So Jazakallah khair to everyone, and I'm more than excited to see what you guys have achieved. Hanan, do you want to kick us off with the first total?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yes, so thank you so much for sharing that with us, Samim. And let's see, who is our first institution? Who is starting us off? Who are the forerunners of the totals tonight? Bismillah. Oh no!
Okay, so it seems that the slides are just presenting the totals. So what we will do, because I think I know the order. No one has
I know
seen
the order as well. Don't worry. I know the order as well. We will
announce
start.
the name beforehand, and then we can celebrate the sums together, inshallah. So if the IT in the background does us the favor, once we announce the name and say what the total is, then switch to the next slide. Do we want to give a little fact to that institution that we're presenting, Hanan?
Yes. So our first institution, subhanAllah, is someone that's technically taken part for the third year. We said returning institutions. We said, how is it possible first year Pakistan, but it's the third year of people taking part? Because what a lot of people don't know is Pakistan had their first ever trial of Charity Week in 2022, and it wasn't called Charity Week. It was, I think, called Ihtikaf Week, and basically Unity Week. And they took part, mashallah. So talking about forward, they started running before there was a track to run on, subhanallah. And they did a week-long bake sale, a carnival, and I think if Sister Shahreen is in the chat, she can tell us how long that bake sale ever actually was, because it was day after day after day, and alhamdulillah. Let's give it up for Beacon House College.
And the total is...
Drum roll. Drum roll in the chat, guys. Come on, we need to have your guys' energy. The total is
15,480 rupees.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah.
All of you, the hours standing is just a mere reflection of all the efforts that went in. And I want every single one right now celebrate this, because it's not only the number of Beacon House College, but from every single one, not only in Pakistan, but actually around the globe. So Jazakallah khair for honoring us with your participation. And I think we can move on to an institution that also won a couple of awards just recently. We speak, of course, about Credo College, who also are a returning institution and already took part in Charity Week beforehand. And they had, rumors say, a 2-day carnival and bake sale. So they also went above and beyond. And without further ado, we announce the total of Credo College with a total of, drum roll please, 35,000.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
From all of you. And as my voice is declining, Hanan, I hand back over to you for the next institution.
Jazakallah khairan. MashaAllah. 35,000. Allahumma barik. Guys, we're coming to the next institution, and they're so close to my heart because Charity Week 2024 to me personally is the Charity Week of the children. So many kids took part worldwide, so many young children taking care of the ummah, stepping up, organizing. And we're talking about no other than Credo school. Subhanallah, they went to their parents' teacher meetings. They sold Charity Week there. They had a stall there. And it's honestly seeing how inspired and how engaged our children are to protect our kids of the ummah. Allahu Akbar. We can learn from them so much. And let's have a look at the total from Credo School in 2024 is, drum roll please, for the children. Come on, 21,600. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, subhanallah. You better put in this Allahu Akbar in the chat as well. So proud, subhanallah. You know, when we are the sadaqah jariyah of our parents, and those parents, mashallah.
Inshallah. You will hear this la 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 sound a lot of times, so you better start swinging around left and right to the tune, inshallah. With every so I see the IT in the background doing the same thing, so I want to have the same vibe and energy in the chat, inshallah. We move on, Hanan, to the next institution, which is an institution that is one of the first 2 universities that joined Charity Week in Pakistan. They are not only very reputable ones, but they had campus drives. They put up flyers all around, handed them even to the professors. So they made sure that everyone actually participates, and they visited them at their offices. They refused to take an oath for them to take part, and they collected donations via multiple channels, whether it's online, word to mouth, etc., etc. And I'm pretty sure there were many other things also that happened at Habib University, of course, because we are now announcing the total of the beloved of Habib University with a drum roll, because their total is 47,000.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
May the one that created love on earth love you, Habib University, and everyone that took part. And with this, I give back to Hanan for the next institution.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. And our next institution, another one of those universities that are the forerunners of unity in Pakistan for us. I'm talking about obviously no other than Lahore University of Management Science. And they did tote bag painting, they had stalls, they sold stickers and paintings, and just went all out, subhanAllah, for this charity week for the ummah. And their total of Charity Week 2024 is, come on guys, drum roll in the chat, let's celebrate. Everybody in Lahore, I need to see you.
What I love about this total, Hanan? You know, every single year we've got institutions of every different kind taking part, you know, and they raise different kinds of sums, high ones, middle ones, low ones. Yesterday in Germany, we announced an institution that raised 15 euros. And the whole crowd went nuts. Why? Because we don't care about the money. We care about the fact, about the choice that the institution said, okay, no matter my resources, I say yes to unity. I say yes to take part. I do not let shaitan come into my ears and say, well, I cannot do much. But we all know that a little bit, a little drop with the barakah and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can be a fountain of mercy towards mankind. So I will make sincere dua that these 2,500 rupees that Lahore University has raised are as big as Mount Uhud in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So without further ado, let's see what other total is the coolness of our eyes, and that is another college. And to be honest, in the beginning I was like, is it like an animal college or something? Because it has a very distinct name, and of course from that you can already imagine that it is Wales College. who had an amazing carnival and bake sale, what I've heard, who also won an award. And together we will celebrate now their total. And their total is...
Can I say?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I say? I just want to say one thing. Like, these numbers make me so happy and so proud, because you can see people were putting in work, giving it. You know, we know the sleepless nights that go into these. We know the stress and the work and the effort. And numbers, as you say, is not everything. It's not even half of it. But it is representing sometimes how much work goes into these, and how much work goes into these events, and how people really, really do everything to come together. And like, the result is with Allah, but the barakah that comes from the unity, that is what we're here for.
Yes, 100%. And now there's rumors that there's one total left, which is the total of everyone, the total of Charity Pakistan 2024. And I want everyone, again, get in your family, get in your friends, get in the ones that you did charity with. But before we go there, we want to show you how you impact lives, how we together as one in Charity Week, we impact lives. And we'll ask our IT team to play a video that gets us into the right mood to celebrate our national total of Charity Week 2024 in Pakistan. So if we can have this video played, I would be very, very grateful.
For over 13 years, Syria has endured one of the world's longest and most tragic humanitarian crises. For millions, survival is a daily struggle with a lack of food, shelter, and medical care. Many children were orphaned, left with no family to protect them. In February 2023, the worst earthquake in a century struck Syria, leaving survivors faced with extensive damage to their homes, buildings, and water systems. Children who already knew too much fear were now confronted with a new overwhelming loss. Their homes gone, families shattered, their schools flattened. As the news and headlines shared the devastation, Islamic Relief swiftly aided rescuers and provided essentials like tents and blankets to support immediate survival needs. From October 2023, as the cameras and attention moved away, Islamic Relief, with the support of Charity Week and compassionate donors like yourselves, moved to the next steps as we began the journey to rebuild Syria. Because true justice means continuing to help, even when the spotlight has moved elsewhere. Charity Week has been able to construct 30 permanent homes for families who have lost everything. Each home spacious enough to host a family of 5 and accessible to those with disabilities. But that's not all. Together, we've helped support a prosthetics workshop to provide prosthetic limbs to over 250 children who have endured the trauma of amputation, thus offering them renewed hope and a chance to reclaim their lives. More than your donations, your unity has made a difference. Rebuilding Syria did not stop at bricks and mortar or medical equipment. Educational opportunities were also provided to children who had been affected by the earthquake by creating a safe and inclusive learning environment for both students and teachers. Together, we began rebuilding Syria, rebuilding lives and uplifting our brothers and sisters who face immense hardship. We can't replace their loss, but we can place hope anew. By standing with Charity Week, you make these life-changing efforts possible. This is your impact, your compassion, your legacy. Thank you.
SubhanAllah. I can see Hanan, all in emotions. And I think, many times when we do something, well, even if it's charity or anything else, we won't see always the impact. And I just want you to imagine the number that will be displayed now. Try to imagine the amount of people you are helping but never meeting in your life, that make dua to you in secret, right? And I've got a special surprise for you, Team Pakistan, because we've gathered a couple of Charity Germany brothers and sisters. They want to celebrate the total with you. So I'll go into another room and I want to have a promise. After we announce the total, you stick with us because there's still a very important element. But let's go to the other room and celebrate your total with a couple of other brothers and sisters that you probably never will meet in your life. But they are so happy for you to announce your.
MashaAllah. The Barasami always good for a surprise, subhanAllah. Oh my God, where are we?
Wait,
Where?
Give me. Yeah.
We just need to unblur, but subhanAllah, Team Germany, are you all there?
Yes.
Make some noise in the background, come on. Allahu Akbar.
I'm not sure how many people you see and whether you can still hear me. I've got a mic right now. Is the audio okay?
We can hear you perfectly, MashaAllah. How are you? Oh,
I'll give you the honor to introduce the total, and then we just do the noises, the takbir, and then we give it back to the Pakistan team, inshallah. So get the slides on again.
Okay, guys, this is not rehearsed. Bismillah, let's go, because we have a total to celebrate, inshallah. The total of Charity Week, Pakistan. Germany, you better give us the drum roll of your lives, okay? Because the total of Charity Week, Pakistan in 2024, the first total ever is... Are you with me, Germany? Are you with me? 224,000. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll go back. Thank you, Team Germany. I'll head back to, or should I continue here?
Feel free to continue there and feel free to bring the people closer to the laptop. We want to see every single one of them, inshallah.
MashaAllah, there's a child so happy. She started to cry from the amazingness that Team Pakistan had done. Subhanallah. Team Pakistan, please bear with us. Do not go yet, because we want to still say a few words, inshallah. And Hanan, if you're happy for me to take the stage and bring it home and then bring it back to you. Because this is not just a total that we are celebrating with you, Team Pakistan. You will hear something very often, that we do not even care about the amount of funds you're raising, because we have 100% tawfiq, 100% trust, tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that if we do it with the right intention, the one that is taking care of everyone will take care of everyone. We are just a means, a platform. And this is why it's very important for us to remind, what is the vision? What is the niyyah that we want to do? What does this represent? What does all your hard work represent? And this is why we want to conclude with the vision of charity. We can remind everyone on why we are doing it. You see, my brothers and sisters, just like my parents flew from a war and had to go from Afghanistan to Pakistan, there is another war going on that is so obvious, but at the same time hidden. You would even think that there is forces trying to forget all of us what this war is about. A war, I can guarantee you, the most brutal, the most unjust war ever done in history of mankind. A war that causes just destruction wherever you see. And this war, my dear brothers and sisters, that we need all ourselves to be reminded of again, is the war against Shaitan. Shaitan, who since the beginning of mankind swore to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, swore to his own Rabb, and said that he will come at the believers, come at humanity from left, right, front, and center, and tries to crush them no matter what it takes. And you know what the funny part is? Shaitan knows he will lose in the end. He knows he lost already. But nevertheless, he probably works more tirelessly than any one of us here in this room or any volunteer that you can imagine. And you know how he will come at us? As Muslims specifically, there is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he said that Shaitan has despaired of being worshipped by those who engage in prayer, by the believers. He has despaired of going after shirk and being prayed by the worshippers. But he has not lost hope, or rather, he now is focusing on causing disunity and dissension among them. Because Shaitan knows that once Muslims are divided, once humanity is divided, we will stop caring about each other. Not only will we stop caring about each other, but we will push each other into major sins that we cannot even imagine. And I want to give you a few examples that always break my heart. But I do this with the intention to make us realize how real this war against Shaitan is. We all know about the genocide in Gaza. We all know about it. But did we also know that before last year, there was a pandemic of young children in Gaza wanting to commit suicide? They would go up the roofs of those buildings that we do not see standing anymore, and they would push themselves into death. And I personally know, you also know, that there's a pandemic of children in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and other countries. Because of the poverty at a young age, they are pushed into drug addiction. Young children that are supposed to play with each other. Can you imagine what kind of childhood this is? Our little sisters in Bangladesh, for example. There's many other examples. Pushed into prostitution at a young age in a Muslim country. How can this be? How less do we care about each other that we let this happen to young children? And this is what Shaitan does with us. He divides us from left, right, center, and front. We stop caring and looking. And all of these diseases start eating us up from inside. So when we see all of these injustices, do we have compassion and mercy for our brothers and sisters? Or do we look at them as sinners? Na'udhu billah. Do we take responsibility of what is happening within our own ummah? And speaking of taking responsibility, in this year's theme of social justice, we spoke a lot about this man, Malcolm X. And for those who do not know Malcolm X, he's one of the greatest social justice leaders that humanity has ever seen. Rahimahullah. But Malcolm X also had a past. You know, in 1964, when he was at Harvard University and he was about to give a speech, he looked out a window and he would tell the people around him, "Do you see this place at the campus of Harvard University? Some years ago, I sold drugs to a student over there. I sold drugs to a student over there. And today, I'm lecturing them. I'm teaching them. Once a man being on Team Shaitan, now a man of being Team Justice and Team Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And on his way to the lecture that he was about to give, a young white woman would come to Brother Malcolm and would tell him how much she is inspired by his work for justice, how much she is looking up to him and wants to be part of the movement towards justice for everyone. And she asked him, what can I do? What can I do to help you? What can I do to support you? You know what Malcolm said? He looked at her. He stopped for a few seconds. And he would say, nothing. And he would move on. That woman, she was in shatters. What does he mean, nothing? I came to help. I came to offer a hand. And he pushes me away like this. But the people around her try to explain. They would say, no, this is not what he meant. What he meant was something different. He was trying to say that this struggle for justice is mine, not yours. I have to come forward. I need to struggle. I cannot rely on you. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, when we speak about social justice, everyone wants it. Who wouldn't want it? If there was a button to push, who wouldn't push the button for justice amongst everyone? But the reality as well is, we want that button. We want someone else to magically create social justice. We want someone else to sacrifice for social justice. And just like that, that is the reality that we need to face, my dear brothers and sisters. When we speak about unity, when we speak about uplifting the state of our ummah, when we speak about uplifting the state of humanity with all the injustices that are around the world, then we need to realize that no allies in the world are able to help us. No one will come and help our situations anywhere in the world. But also when we are united, no enemies in the world are able to defeat us, not even Shaitan. And only united we can. Only united we can. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, Samim, for this beautiful and strong reminder. SubhanAllah, Charity Week has this ability for me to turn my tears of nervousness into tears of joy, into tears of sadness, into tears of determination. And this is where we are now. Unity doesn't end with Charity Week. Charity Week is only the beginning of our unity. So when we leave this meeting today, keep uniting, keep fighting your ego, keep fighting and sacrificing in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But also, insha'Allah, we want you guys back next year. We want you to be part of this team. We want you to be part of this unity that spans across the full globe at this point, subhanAllah. So if you are interested in coming back and taking part in Charity Week in the team of 2025, please register your interest today and give us feedback, because we want to be better and we want to go further, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Again, Jazakallah khairan, Pakistan, for joining us, for inspiring us. and for just being absolutely incredible. And we'll end this call with Surah Al-Asr, insha'Allah, wal-Asr. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.